When it's cold outside in the month of May. When it's cold outside in the month of May. When it's cold outside in the month of May. Shorty, where you going? Take her to the lake house. Take her to the lake house. Physical frame, revolver's the name. Government James Doe, cuffin' me, whipping, changing the lane slow. Chain low, apparently these same hoes ain't changed, yo. Moving same as they came in before. So we leave them in the open lobby, breezes from the open door. They don't need me, I don't need them all. It's either or. Peter Piper, pig peppers, do she eat them raw? Seen them all, seen them come, seen them go. Seen them fast, seen them bold, seen them silly hoes. Seen them like centerfolds, seen the winter coat. Everybody need a winter coat. They need a winter coat. Everybody need a winter coat. Get a winter coat. I'm feeling something like it's money on the table, right? Call my people, tell them 8 tonight. Call them haters, say I hate them and I hope they die. If you a player boy, then what the hell am I? I tell you, I don't give a damn about your alibi. Arrows through the heart of my Valentine. They asking questions, I'm answering them all like I'm AI. Bye, 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 baby in the drop top. Zadie saying maybe if you call me, then she might could be my lady. But she faded and I'm hazy doing 80 in the 80s, puffin' blue. Puffin' blue, puffin' blue, puffin' blue. This blue smoke in the Bueller Cup, the Mueller Stakes. Confusing the Jakes to cool the case. Skip to the loo on the brakes. Stack cake like Mabel Keys. Pay me late, I'm breaking them knees. I'm on God time, they forget my memories. Fresh as a summer breeze. Poppin' since the Genesis, Genovese. On the open seas, open knees. Hoping, leaving when they coping, please. Copping for Copenhagen, Copenhagen. Splashing classic in college classes. Flashing razors, what's the major? Your minors, I am a minor. Finder of diamonds, climber. I'm on my own consignment. Shining like God's son, the odd son. Awkward, the boss like Barkley. In the lane, in his prime. Ancient lines, ancient mama, ancient mama. Get behind me or get honest, I'm bombing for every summer. The numbers climbing, the murder time and double timing. In the lining of the city where the 50 coming 50, so it's nothing at all. Matumbo, too tall to fall, too tall to fail, too big to fail. The third rail, bump like braille, bump like psoriasis patches. When we die, return to ashes. My mathematics was mastered before we split the atoms. In the garden talking to Adam, but Eve babbling about apples. Every time the weed passes, you speaking to asthma. Hard to breathe when you see the rapture. It's all in plastic, charging the king's capture. It's king's ashes scattered across the fiend's mattress. My lean attributes me, I'm still faster than more than half of you. I seen past you like the climax of a movie. You and my flying with IMAX. Gun bundles from Iraq, 40 cows on that tarmac. Underneath the artifacts, flash a little cash. The devils will let you pass with a handshake. When it's cold outside in the month of May. When it's cold outside in the month of May. When it's cold outside in the month of May. Shorty, where you going? Take her to the lake house. Take her to the lake house. Physical frame, revolver's the name. Government James Doe, cuffin' me, whipping, changing the lane slow. Chain low, apparently these same hoes ain't changed, yo. Moving same as they came in before. So we leave them in the open lobby, breezes from the open door. They don't need me, I don't need them always. Either or. Peter Piper, pig peppers, do she eat them raw? Seen them all, seen them come, seen them go. Seen them fast, seen them bold, seen them silly hoes. Seen them like centerfolds, seen the winter coat. Everybody need a winter coat. They need a winter coat. Everybody need a winter coat. Get a winter coat. welcome y'all to join in. Well, listen in, tune in. What we'll be talking about. Life is every day, just a little of everything. You gotta play. Hopes and dreams for tomorrow, fears and tears from the past. Sport life, love, pain, fortune, fame, sports, technology, science, religion. It's all covered here. All of it. We welcome you too. You gotta play the Sport Life, the podcast. With your hosts, Revolver and John. Oh, Sport Life. Let's go. Sport Life. Life is a sport. You must play.
Good evening. Sport Life, the podcast, in the building again, on your block again, in your eardrums again, in your car riding with you again. How is everyone? Again, as we always do, I'd like to wish you all a good welcome. Hope that your week, as we hit the halfway point, has been doing well. I hope your last weekend was good. I hope your family's safe. Everybody's alive and healthy and prosperous. It's been another week. And again, as we say, we don't have topics, but we have topics. Again, riding solo. Just riding solo, still getting it together. I think we'll have a full pack on the next show. So we'll be good and ready to roll. Y'all should hear some more from MPG, some more from KH, and we'll have some more folks on soon, and we're working it out. So it is October 31st, 2018. Today, as we call it, Halloween. Happy Halloween. And y'all stay safe out there. Anybody with kids, trick-or-treating and all that. It is a crazy world. And when we were kids, they used to warn us about shit in the candy, but it's a different world. We might have to worry about the kids on some domestic terrorism type thing. So, as always, as good parents, and even as a bad parent, keep an eye on your kids, because if you ain't watching them, best believe somebody else is watching them, and that person watching them is not who you want watching them. Unfortunately, it's not a big community everywhere anymore where everybody's looking out for each other. Sometimes it seems like, people are looking out for each other, not for each other in a good way, but they looking to see, and they catch somebody slipping slipping, it ain't slipping, catch somebody just being somewhere, and, they'll murk you out just the same as an officer might do it, and a lot of people is claiming fear right now with that rage behind it. But again, happy Halloween, as we like to give a little information about it as well. The origin dates back to ancient Celtic festivals. Samhain. Also, a lot of people like to get into the pagan holiday stuff and all of that, but you will note, if you do a little word etymology, that hallow is one of the base or root words, I believe, for something like a saint or something like that. So you always never know what you're celebrating. And if you really get into it, Christianity and all of that, and Jesus and Son of God, and where that all came from, and how that was born from the Egyptian, and that was called pagan after they merged cultures and took parts of religions, and it's all sun and moon worship anyway. So, that is what it is. But happy Halloween. Stay safe, everybody. Enjoy your candy. Don't mess your teeth up. And kids, don't mess your teeth up. Please brush your teeth when you get done slamming all that candy down. Also would like to talk about, we've had another, it's been a few days again, a few days of this week. You know, you pick whichever ones you want, and there's some crazy shit going on. You can go, yesterday the president's last 2 days, he's been talking about the caravan really for the last 2 weeks or so. And if you know about the caravan, that's I believe they're originated out of Honduras, and they're moving up through potentially towards the border, the Mexican border with the U.S. It's going to be some weeks before they get here. If they all get here, the numbers dwindled off a lot. The range is crazy. I've seen everything from 75,000 all the way down to, some people say currently walking are like 4,000. So big range, but point is, president here, again, stoking the fires at that base, talking ridiculous, saying that in this large group of people that are moving pretty in the open, that there are terrorists embedded in there. We don't know who's coming. Of course we don't know who's coming. That's why you would check them at the border. You could, instead of loading up the troops at the border currently and waiting and building it up like it's going to be some big disaster when everybody knows hardly anyone's going to get to the border anyway. And then when they get here, they're just wanting to go through the natural process. They don't want to be where they're at. They can't be where they're at. So this fellow wants to build it up like it's going to be some big fucking war at the gates. Like the wolves are coming to get us and get in and kill all the kids and all of that BS. The stuff that he usually does to sell to, I guess these soft-minded people that are following him. Or it might not be soft-minded and, they're soft-minded in that way. But this is just like a cloak and dagger situation. This is the wolf underneath the sheep clothing. And the rhetoric is the sheep's clothing. It's out front, but it's still a cloak for you to really act the ass underneath it and say this is why. It's always the reason. It's the reason why he does everything. It's throwing spaghetti at the wall, and whatever sticks and whatever falls. But in the end, the wall's still dirty. That's the point of it. So the wall will never be clean again, and he can operate from there. You just know everything didn't stick to the wall, so you know it's not as worse as his initial thought that he let you think was his initial thought is. I got a suggestion. I guarantee if we spoke to Mexico decently, or any other country along the way, it's all Mexico, that they would allow us to send troops, aid. You don't want to send troops, gunning troops. You want to send something like National Guard and maybe the Red Cross and meet them, shorten their journey, start processing before they get here. That's how you solve a problem. That's pretty easy. Why don't you just do that? Or, of course, what you want to do is use it as a big lie, big scapegoat, big straw man argument, because that's what you do. That's what you need to do. That's what you've done to get here. But folks, don't get the wool pulled over your eyes. That's not what's really going on. And I know that those of us with the open mind that are seeing everything, we know that's not what's going on. We know people that have lived at the border. They know that's not what's going on. They know when there's an influx coming. They know what's happening right there on the line. And none of this nightmare shit that the president's trying to sell y'all is actually happening. And the funny thing is, but not funny, is all the disastrous stuff that does happen pretty much happens because of something that he sets in motion. That administration sets in motion. That's not well thought out, not planned correctly. That seems to just be designed to create chaos, and then out of the chaos to send in the white knight on the horse or the orange knight on the horse to faux pretend save the day. So everybody keep your eyes open. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. They trying to control the vote still. They trying to affect it. They want it to go a certain way. You have to want it to go a certain way. You can't get into power and just let it go. You got to work keeping it. You alive, still cheat. Anything in your power to keep it. And that's what they doing. Don't be fooled.
What's left after a bloodbath? Just wet floors and torn Jordache. All black thought roots is Morris. Scooped through in the old show Taurus. Bumping X-Clan for show, vainglorious. White walls off the Waldorf Astoria. Rice peel off while I peel off, screaming fuck them all. And fuck they law, stuff the raw into the speaker box. The sleeper hole keeps the soul under key and lock. Believe the plot runs deeper than the thieves a lot. The streets is hot and they've been burning since the century term. No stars in the game, then it gets harder to earn. Milk card in the family, when will Papa return? Nowadays, old friends just be chilling in urns. Fireplace or in the hallway, dust them in turn. It might have felt a little better if us customer earn some extra points along the way, or just a subtle concern. Terms of endearment while we rocking these perms and earrings. Can't hear me outside of a hearing. Who's shooting, claiming they fearing, steering towards the caliphate, calibrated and skating hard. There is no God in our presence unless you think that we are successors of kings, resurrected to slang bells and see sales willingly. High BP, I suspect the food is killing me. On the way out, the doctor just keep billing me. Never change a thing, forgotten, just pilling me. These niggas is lying, McMillan us, fill up a bus, launch a million, but Billy is still killing us. Spark a Philly on the humble, watching all of it turning to dust. I spoke of revolution, they spoke of getting money. I asked, why is it different if we both hungry? It's really not. Seems we can all be shot, especially hands in the air over small weed spots. Traffic violations, music with too much knock or bass in it. Standing in our own driveways, the wrong places. Miracles sometimes get found in thrown cases. Voices get hoarse by all the long faces. Stop talking, get low, but get out the basement. Love Joneses, ain't Joneses when we patient. Instead of addicts, Malvos, salvos, out in the traffic. No game on the smarty, niggas they tapping static. Nothing for free in this life, boy, not even magic. You don't imagine they could cut the web off like We don't even own records. Don't believe in protection, don't believe in questions. When Google is sitting here right next to me, while niggas is dropping out of school so frequently that it seems to stay destiny.
I think the melody on the box will help me explain.
Joyce Feinberg, 75. Rich Gottfried, 65. Rose Mallinger, 97. Jerry Rabinowitz, 66. Cecil Rosenthal, 59. David Rosenthal, 54, the brothers. Bernie Simon, 84. Sylvan Simon, 86, I believe a married couple. Daniel Stein, 71. Melvin Wax, 88. Irving Younger, 69. Youngest, 54. Oldest, 97. Holocaust survivors murdered in their place of worship in the United States yet again. Yet again. Happens to black people. It's been happening to black people. We had the cat, when Obama was singing. When that kid walked up in there, and I think that was the same. Obama he was in some shit but over the years, but I think that was when he sung The Amazing Grace, right? Or was that the children? I think it was The Amazing Grace. So we understand as the black community, the church shootings, the place of worship, the place where that is the furthest thing from your mind, which is it should be. Even though, whatever they're teaching up in your chosen or birthed religion, whatever's being taught in there, that the war thing, protection, worried about somebody coming in, shooting, going through metal detectors, having security guards at your church place of worship while at the same time trying to convince the children that there is a God, it's going to make it difficult to explain, stand on that foundation that there's a higher power and you're essentially cowering in your place of sanctuary, worried about what might come through the door. It's going to be harder and harder and harder and harder to sell that to a child. And if you can't sell the religion to the children, the religion goes away. So, we again are crossing lines. We're crossing lines. That was the biggest mass shooting of the Jewish community on U.S. soil. Documented U.S. soil. We'll say documented because there have been times and there have been things that have happened that have been documented. So a 100% guarantee on anything foul going on in the United States is not to be made, because remember, there were, the communists, the Chinese, the blacks, the Jews, the Koreans, the Spanish, the Native Americans, A1, have all gotten it since this place was founded and before. But we here again have a lot of loose guns, easy to get guns, easy to get bullets, easy to get crazy, and a lot of information coming in to a base of people that are not necessarily mentally built to be able to separate good information from bad information, truth from falsehood. And on top of that, the entire world online with the Facebook, with Twitter, with how everything is going anyway is more, it's more that you are looking for things to support your own position inside anyway. So it's not even if you are thinking clearly, it's like you're thinking clearly to ends to your means of thought. You just piling up information that supports what you think, what your fantasies are, and it's plenty of it out there. There's no filter of BS that's coming through. There's no filter of lies, and not just that there's no filter of lies. There are entire networks built off of just shoveling BS to people, just stoking the fire, shoveling BS, and it's bubbling out of the top now. They've been working at it for a long time. It's bubbling out of the top. It's compacted now. It's not just stories on the line. It's not coming from, this is how my parents taught me, and I'm not sure if everybody, you turn the TV on and it's clear that there are a lot of people thinking like you that are dropping enough hints in the open air that you ain't saying it outright, but you feeling what I'm feeling. It's time to get in here and go. And you're willing to be some sort of fucked up historical martyr. And I'm going to say martyr because no one, martyr is not a, people kind of shy away from it like it's supposed to have some like good characteristic. Martyr's a martyr. If you're a martyr for an evil cause and there's evil followers behind it, you become a martyr for them. So it's a martyr. So listening to from top down, as it always goes. The revolution starts from the bottom up, but the BS flows from the top down. And it's highlighted and spotlighted and made to be in balance with truth and reality and justice. Another one. Another man that they're going to say was out of his fucking mind. But it takes planning and plotting, even just to get a gun and walk into somewhere. It takes planning and plotting. Let me explain short premeditation. You don't go to a store, go make a purchase, pick out a weapon, and buy it with the bullets already in it. You are already, when you pick up the weapon, you're 5 steps in. That's if that's where your line started. If that's what you start accumulating weapons for. You might have a house full of weapons, and that's not your point. But usually you're premeditated, so you can't keep selling me that the person is crazy when they're thinking things out, walking it out, getting the bullets, loading the gun, picking locations, going in, screaming shit. When they doing it, it means that you are cognizant, and it means that you have been driven by something. And we know who's driving it right now.
I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. I hear these hoes talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. I hear these hoes talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. They keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes. 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 Come on, let's walk under the cherry moon. Yeah, our time is coming very soon. Yeah, the lines have clearly been confused. Yeah, we laugh and we are not amused. Yeah, the truth is dark and they barking at the moon. Goons, let's affiliate. Get them off of they men straight, ready for the penetrate. Don't pause or hesitate. Now skate through the cape, bumping Ray Purple tape. Purple in the paper, purple in the vape. Purple going 8, merging in the bourbon, swerving Jake. Cake in the glove box, next to the rake. When the trees start to fall, all them hoes seem to leave the yard. Be about it, see about it, please. Ease out. I hear talking about me, and they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. And they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. And they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me. And they can't do nothing. They just keep talking about me. I hear talk horse. I hear talk horse. I hear talk horse. I hear these hoes. 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 Come on, let's walk into the red dawn, yeah. Yeah. Couple more stops before we move on. Yeah. Loading up the bus, about to head home. Yeah. Sicko flow left the man's home. Yeah, like the shed's gone. Choppers in the open after dawn, the dead gone. Headshot focus, chop it, roll it. Some hands need hold, some plans need going over. Bad press job, pants going over. One leg at a time, just like the rest of us. I'm not inclined to double dutch while the devil hold ropes. While the scopes on the babies, dogs got rabies, Hades on the pavey. Came on the boats, promote to join Navy, seal to deliver, shiver me, timbers deliver. Me from the cotton fields, cops kill with swagger, ops steal with daggers. Baggers in the alley still looking for magic, but leaving more baggage than they came with. Ease out. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me, cause they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me, cause they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me, cause they just keep talking. Cause they can't do nothing about me. I hear these hoes talking. I hear these hoes talking about me, cause they can't do nothing. They just keep talking about me. I hear these hoes. 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 I hear these hoes.
My Lions, my Detroit Lions, we have traded Golden Tate. One of my favorites in just 4 seasons, became one of my favorite all-time Lions receivers. And we know he was going to be a free agent at the end of the season. So the Lions end up getting a third-round pick. Sending him to the Eagles, I believe. I think he got on a plane last night to head out. So that is gone from us for this season, which we were talking about yesterday. And it is a good business decision, of course, because end of the free agency he's had just a loose average with the years with the Lions. He's averaged somewhere around just under 100, in the 90 to 100 catches a year season area, which is tremendous. What I like about him is, and why I question the trade a bit. It's my only thing. I think Tate may be in the class of those athletes that have a lot of staying power, that tend not to take a serious injury, tend to be super tough for their size, very strong waist down, good ankles, good legs, hard to take out, delivers punishment from the offensive side. That's the type of player I believe that, though they would have had to pay a pretty nice penny for it, they may have wanted to. I mean, they were going to have to probably, because he's at 30 years old or so, this would be like the final large contract. They would have had to probably do a 4. Maybe 10 to 15 a year, mil a year. And with the age at 30, they're thinking that's going, then why it would be considered a good business decision if you're not going to throw that money and just have him walk away. That even if he stayed at the age getting near 30, what's the life on a receiver? And is he going to be injured and you're going to be holding the bag on the rest of that contract? What I'm looking at, and like I said, my one issue, besides him quickly becoming one of my favorites, and these characteristics are why, that tough characteristics on a receiver. He reminds me of Chris Carter. could go a long time. It was a tougher receiver. And I believe that production isn't going to fall off because it's a tougher receiver, because he knows how not to get hurt. He knows how to, you don't get hurt as much when you're delivering the blow. That's always going to stand. Of course, you have the defense people side of the ball may think a little different because it's a lot of heads to get rattled. However, typically, from the sport, that's usually crossover hits. If you're just a safety or a cornerback or a lineman and you just line up and it's just you on the ball and the player, you tend not to hurt yourself. You will hurt that offensive player, though. But if it's two of you, three of you shooting at the pile, shooting at the ball all at once, and helmets come across, and you've got the receiver that's going to duck or take the hit, or people are going to shed off, however, you will catch more injuries delivering the blows. Those, however, I also consider and count as coming in a little wild, because if one person's engaging, you don't know where that target's going to be when you get there, because that target's going to react to 1, 2, or 3 of you with a move, and that's going to change where your initial trajectory was going to hit or touch. So that to me is kind of wild too. So like I was saying, delivering the blow from the offensive side, the stiff arm, the great stiff arm, the good low center spins. He can step out, he can walk through at that size. I think he had the 4 years in him, and I don't think the production would have fallen off that much. So that's what I'm looking at as far as thinking that it may have been an error, but picking up a 3rd round for potentially nothing, that part's good. I do want to wish Tate's good, we don't do luck, good playing, good health. Stay up, homie, and keep catching the balls, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your celebration. He was the one who kept celebrating when you wasn't celebrating. He was still celebrating. The boy going to the end zone like a lunatic. It's great to see. But you stay up, and we'll miss you. But you understand business. We understand business. So I want to give a shout out to my Red Wings, Detroit Red Wings. Finally, they started the season off a little tough. Even though we get into all sports, I do hockey. I'm just at a 1,000-foot view right now, though, but I was waiting for them to finally get off the snide with the losses. So I think they got up near 10 before they got the first win, and then they won back-to-back. So they got the next night, and I'm not quite sure what happened last night. But shout out to the Red Wings, young team, and y'all keep growing. I saw some highlights. I saw the nice pass, nice crisp pass from around the net. So that was good to see from the young kids. And shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Moving along early, couple wins. Weird loss last night on a strange inbound pass from Blake. He did one of those things a professional isn't supposed to do. You're not supposed to have that miscommunication with your guard at an important time of the game. But I understand cats looking down court and all that, but you're supposed to focus on that. I'll tell you, this is dumb as some shit as I did when I was in junior high. I got an inbounds pass. Not inbounds pass. I got the ball from the ref on the baseline, just under the corner of our own basket. And my man was streaking down court. And it was one of the ones where the ref just hands it to you, so I didn't have freedom of movement on the baseline. So my silly ass, I just kiked back like I'm throwing 100-yard spiral and try to whip the ball to my man breaking down cutting down court. Nobody saw it. It was me and him. And guess where that ball went? Right into my own backboard. A little embarrassing, pretty stupid. Lesson learned. Be aware of your surroundings. Always be aware of your surroundings. Because that was just, when I did it, I was like, that was just dumb. That was just so dumb. But shout out to our sports teams. I think we got some good events coming up soon in the boxing world. And I think we've got some good MMA coming up. We have an MMA specialist in our roster, so we might have to get E. Jordan on to kick a little bit. He's had his own podcast in the past. He's a fighter himself, Taekwondo as well, and he had his own podcast that did quite a few episodes, quite a good few good interviews along the way. If we've got any people out there on our show that are interested in that, email us. Or actually go on, well, it'll be email, but you can go on grindleaguellc.com and down to the bottom, there's a form there. It'll forward the email to us. Anything you'd like to hear like that, as I'm saying, we could plug that probably, link those shows in. He's got a good library, though, and very knowledgeable. See what else is going on out there. I did want to, while we're on the sports, talk about the World Series. Boston gets another one. I'm going to say, of course, because I don't know how the Dodgers feel. I don't know if they've got that old Boston, New York Yankee thing going on, that where you have a feeling where it's kind of just when they get there, like, unless things go weird, that they're probably going to pull it out. So another one goes to Boston. They got it in 5 games. 4-1 against the Dodgers. And what I really, really wanted to talk about, what caught me was just as an athlete, you know, niggas hot dogging on the court or on the field or on the track or on the table, and how many times that will come back and bite you in the ace. I'm specifically talking about my homeboy Puig. When Puig hit that home run in Game 4, and of course, I know that's his personality. This is the equivalent of Jordan tongue hanging out in basketball, except Jordan's tongue hung out since he was a kid. So naturally, that just fucked with people. So it's not even the Jordan equivalent. Who's just kind of I don't know. It's his own thing. So he hot dogs. He's been like that. Great athlete. Great fielder. He's one of them machines. However, the gods of baseball have always kept a check on hot dogging. It's called a sport where one of them has a bat and one of them has a ball and a good arm and a brushback pitch and a pitch inside. When those are like bullets being fired at you while we fucking around and playing, that shit can end your life. A bat can end your life. It's all kind of weaponry out there. These is big boys. And baseball players tend not to hot dog because you've got to come up generally, depending on your league, you being a pitcher or not, you're going to have to come to bat and face somebody that, by all rights, and you likely wouldn't have a chance to move if any pro pitcher decided to whip the 90 at you. I'm giving it 90 on the low. If that 100 come at you, you just beaned. There's no way to get out of the way. But at the 90, you likely not going to get out the way. They could just fire at your head. And then hopefully you can miss, and what you're going to charge the mound. And that's the baseball fight. But the hot dogging is usually kept to a minimum because of these parameters and because of the old nature of the game and the tradition. And I guess from player to player, there's a respect. There's a thing with hot dogging that's kind of disrespectful as well. So generally, if you find a league that is kind of all kind of said, let's not do that, and when it's done, whole teams take offense, that it's kind of set in stone. But Puig, he will hot dog. So my point, when he hit the home run and he's running around the bases, trotting, flexing, throwing the bat in his hands up as soon as he contacts. I know it feels good to knock that boy out the park, and I know you trying to amp it up. Fee City, you home, y'all fighting. But it bit you in the ass. And as I was watching him come around the bases, I was thinking to myself, oh no. Oh no. This is the baseball equivalent of mentioning something after the seventh and a no-no. You don't do it because some bad's gonna happen. And on top of the hot dogging, and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm thinking, you're doing this with Boston. Boston has that thing where they might pull this out anyway, and you're already down. I don't understand, cats. I don't understand a lot of the hot dog and the shit in sports. I don't understand niggas celebrating tackles and other than any play could end your life and you will celebrate as you want to celebrate. That I do understand, but I don't understand, necessarily people getting down like that, doing crazy shit in the end zone when your team is losing. I don't understand I couldn't get geared up if I was losing in a football game 40-7 and I was on the line and I sacked the quarterback. I don't care if I broke that cat's neck. It's 40-7. In a basketball game, if I'm losing by 15 and I came down and did a reverse on my favorite player and the best defender in the league, it's a good poster, but it's a loss. I never really understood that part. I would rather win ugly. Every day, I would rather win ugly. I prefer to win pretty and not be touched, but I prefer to win ugly if that's what it takes. And generally, that is what it takes. So a lot of the celebrating and all of that, it's good to see that the NFL have let the boys loose again finally. And I do understand that more. I do like the team celebration. I'll accept a lot more of 40-7 team celebration when you get that 7 or 4, when you get that 6 point, when you get that touchdown. I'll accept that. You and the lineman all down there, you and the QB down there doing your thing. That makes sense. It was a team effort because generally, other than the few, yards after tackle, things like that, it was a team effort on every play. Somebody was designated. Somebody had to hit a hole. Somebody had to defend. Somebody had to block, tackle. Somebody had to move someone here. Somebody had to feint. Somebody had to pick up. Somebody might have had to change it. It's generally a team effort on every single play. That's something that can be celebrated. That's fine. But celebrating individual things in the midst of a loss when it just don't make any sense, or doing it like with Puig, it was like you doing too much too early, too soon. Is it too soon to celebrate sometimes? Yes, it's too soon to celebrate sometimes. You don't need to be partying outside the church or the funeral home. Not before, not during, or after. All of those would be too soon. It was too soon. You was not out of danger. And it just, in the end, it looked like it was for nothing. You kind of looked a little foolish. Like you delivered the knockout blow in a fight and the boxer got up and beat the hell out of you. After you was up on the ropes, turned to the crowd with your hands up celebrating, and then you got knocked out. To me, it's more important to focus on the end point of the victory. Get the victory. Get the victory. And then what generally happens, my thought is, I never even talk shit. I don't even bother. Score sheet said, what am I talking shit for? I beat you. Didn't flex on you. I beat you. Belts, rings, and championships. W's. That. Celebrating's fun, but it don't do nothing for you.
No worries, no worries. No worries, no worries. No, no, no worries. Still throwing dick at Nikki Haley. Still sipping single malt Mitchell Baileys. Fall through on my Grady-ish, talk a little trash. Smoke a little grass, toting the whole stash in a big old bag. Gucci on the dash, the classic, not the fads. You gas, I'm not mad, for you it's not bad. If the Meeks finish first, we should all be in church. Before we all see our hearses, book a life scribe, revolver written in cursive. The murder mitten, so quick to close curtains. Flirting with a chick at the club is not certain. The setup was real, still turning to murders. Still at her mama house, mama still working. Behind the steel curtains, it's nothing but hard D. Lost car keys, bitch don't even start me. Lottie-dottie, we still came to party. Put a few steaks on the Barbie. Pop all the bottles. Ladies move your bodies. Like Paul McCartney's ex. Arm, leg, arm and head. Now let's stretch. Don't you worry about nothing. You know it's always about something. All of the rules and the money. Spoiled looking little honey. Hard work, that was coming. Stay in your lane and keep running. Rinse and repeat till we all leave here with nothing, just another clean sheet. But I came to eat, I came to eat, I came to eat. But I came to eat, I came to eat. Bon appetit till your check don't come. You so cute to speak. I came to drink, I came to smoke, I came to party, I came to drug. I came to, 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 I came to eat, I came to eat, I came to, I came to, I came to, I came to eat, I came to eat, I came to eat, I came to eat. Still throwing D like the fix in. Still sipping ice cubes under slow gin. Picture me rolling. This is for my old friends who can hold ends. My reconnaissance is found. The enemy is all around. I was downwind from the devils. Flares in the air for my rebels. Bring the heavy metal. We can settle down or pedal down. They don't ever want it leveled out. What are you so scared about? Was it money in your own you ever cared about? Let it out, get it out, set it out on the table. The only fair fight is when Cain know he able. Dancing in the cotton fields, gods are not saviors. Thou shalt not rob thy neighbors, even if mine broke. These are the lines, bro. Real bad boys, even Sean Poe. Still 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 Sean Poe. Don't you worry about nothing. You know it's always about something. All of the rules and the money. Spoiled looking little honey. Hard work and death is coming. Stay in your lane and keep running. Rinse and repeat till we all leave here with nothing.
And then there were more pipe bombs in the mail. Pipe bombs in the mail. How old school is that? How old school is that? So this is where we are again, addressing top down, BS talking, driving this country to the brink. It's not the only driver, but you in one of the vehicles at the front of the caravan with your high beams on, driving real fast towards the edge of the cliff. Again, they'll try to tell us that this dude was nuts. And again, I'll tell you, if you plotting, if you planning, if you're leaving a trail, I am not copping to you being crazy. I'm not copping you being insane. I'm not copping to any of that shit unless you suddenly went off some medication. I'll give you that. Even if you've got the condition, a clinical condition, we can't buy it no more. We can't buy it no more. It's too much. It's too much BS from pussies driven by a liar to do things that serve no purpose. They serve a purpose. I understand your purpose. Your purpose is stupid. Your purpose is pointless. Your purpose actually has to have a true purpose, logic behind it. This doesn't, other than a fear tactic, a lashing out by a weak, wimp-minded person, a victim in a land of victims. More ridiculousness. I love to hear all these people claim to be victims, and there are actual victims here. Victims for many, 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 many years. Generations of their families. Victims, systematic victims, who are still working through, coming through. Meanwhile, people that have no right because they aren't. Shell game. You can claim, you can say you're a victim if you're an actual victim. But for you to not be and to act like and to use that as your basis to lash out, all of that is a logic. It might not be a good logic, it might not be a sound logic, but it's a logic which, again, you can no longer claim or claim on behalf of this man that he was insane. Van stickered up with anti-democrat, anti-Jewish, pro-Trump. The only vans I've ever seen like this, just to put this in, and a lot of y'all are actually, it may have dawned on you when you saw it. The only vans, we're in Michigan here, we have doctors you can go to for, your child to be removed. We have at our sporting events and out in front of these places, which I know if you have one, that there's likely a Christian van maybe out there. In that van, the amount of stickers and images of fetuses and things like that, those are the only other vans I ever see in this entire world that are stickered up like this dude's van was stickered up. And those people out in front, they are on a mission. They be there every day, all day, no break, trying to stop people from going in, trying to embarrass people from going in, trying to make you feel bad on the way out, screaming shit all day, every day, right at the edge of the property line, which puts them on city property, which then it's funny to me that the city doesn't come and remove them generally either, but as long as they ain't on that business's private property, they'll let you scream like a banshee right there. It seems like if I was there with a drink and I was drunk standing in that same spot doing absolutely nothing, I'd probably end up spending the fucking night in jail. But I digress. My point is, that's the only other van that I know I've ever seen that's stickered up like this dude's van was stickered up. Again, premeditation, you've gone and purchased those stickers, put them on your vehicle with an intent to market this madness out into the open. It's still a logical progression. It's still step A, B, C, D, E. Have a mindset. Be feeling a certain way, maybe. Have someone in power stoke it, tell you you're right. Lives no life anything like yours, yet has somehow convinced you that they feel exactly like you and know exactly what you've been through. Let that person feed you. Let that person become your beacon in the distance, or at least your shield for you if you're going into battle, quote unquote battle. Step A, B, C, D. Let's go to rallies. Let's thumbs up. Let's promote the dude. Let's say, wow, he understands me. Let's say you got to that point. D, E. Start getting materials. Wait. D, E, let's focus on a specific group. E, F, let's have that group focus narrowed by who's in power. G, H, let's target some folks. Maybe. Or maybe we'll just start prepping for whoever we'll target. Either way, it's a GH step forward. HI. Let's get materials. Let's make, maybe, do I already know how to make a pipe bomb? Probably not. Maybe I learned as a kid or something. Maybe I have some military background or something, but it's still generally you weren't building a home ordinance. So maybe we got to push those steps back. JK. You got to learn about it. Get the materials. We'll pile that all up into that a little bit. We start constructing. We have to test. We don't know. What's the point if you don't know that it will actually go off? So we've got testing. KL. M. Focusing. Targets. Testing. Start building a list. Where do we find them? Where are they at? Where are these people I want to send it to? MN. List tabulated. Let's figure out how we're going to send it. OP. Where we're going to send it to, how, what time. How will I deliver all of these without being noticed? PQ. I'm sending multiples to certain people, maybe, in multiple locations, or I truly dislike this person, even though I've never met them. RST. Bombs in the mail. All over. So many of them. Come to find out, this cat had a list of targets that was near 100 long. We've done the whole alphabet in premeditated planning. And they'll try to tell us this was a total lunatic, as Trump tried to do like day 1 or 2. Oh, this guy's a wacko, I believe is his favorite word, a wacko. Dude, he talking and acting the same way as you, except he actually did something, or attempted to do something. I guess the levels are the same because he stoked the fear in the country and you stoked the fear in the country, but you're not going to be able to keep saying these people are crazy. It's the talk. It's the weaponry you can get your hands on. I don't give a fuck if you crazy and you try to smack me. Come into my synagogue with your motherfucking hands. Come in with your hands and let's see what happened. See how many people, see what happened. See what happened anywhere. The difference between one person in a group of people anywhere is the weapon that that person comes in with. You can come in with a knife. You can come in with your hands. You can come in with a bat. And if it's going down and there's 20 people in the room, they gonna stomp your fucking ass into the ground, period. You come in with a handgun. You come in with a semi. You got it, baby. That part they ain't addressing. That part they ain't addressing. These was pipe bombs, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, every one of them could have went off. Good night.